email from Jerry saying that you are the #1 storyteller I hear. You really need to come to this. And I'm like, oh, Jerry, absolutely. And I don't know who was telling him I'm the #1 storyteller, but I did, in one of my previous lives, do a lot of auctioneering. I don't know if anybody, I do them for the PTOs and the schools and things like that. So I'm going to auction off some rugs. I don't know if Scott knows how to do that, but when you said storyteller, I said he must thinking about the auctioneering, to be honest with you. So I was trying to think of a story to tell. So I was jotting down some notes about different stories that I had, and 4 or 5 of them I definitely could not tell. And I decided on this one. So there was this one time, I'm sure a lot of you know that the mayor and I call him Seti, the mayor and I went to high school together. We graduated high school together. So there was this one time that Seti and I were in Las Vegas. I'm not going to tell you that story. I'm just kidding. So, the story that I wanted to tell, so I'm trying to think about a story. I'm trying to think about keeping it to 5 minutes, which I can't, but I will do my best. I tried to think about something true, definitely true, and I was definitely on the road. So I wanted to just take 2 minutes to tell you a little bit about probably the best 24 hours of my life when I went to pick up my daughter, who was adopted. And she was adopted out of Indianapolis, Indiana, which my wife is from Indiana, so it was all kind of really coming together for us. So it was our anniversary. It was August 31st, 2011, our anniversary, okay? We are home. It's our 8th anniversary. We're talking about, where should we go for dinner? And, what do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah. 8th anniversary, dead of summer, right before Labor Day weekend. So she said, I have no idea. I don't know what we're going to do. Whatever. So the next day, sorry, that was Tuesday. I apologize. That was Tuesday the 30th. Next day, I go to work. I'm at work thinking about where we're going to go to dinner that night. It's about 2 in the afternoon. My wife calls. I'm expecting she's going to tell us where we're going to dinner for our anniversary. She says, are you sitting down? I said, I am sitting down. She said, I just got a call about a baby girl who's in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we have to go get her. And I said, are you kidding me? I didn't know really how to react. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, we start back with our board meetings next week, and we got committee meetings, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, and work. She's like, Scott, this is the call. This is what we've been waiting for. It was just the initial shock. So, okay, I'll be right home. She's like, I'm heading home. We got to get a flight. I'll meet you at the house. I said, fantastic. I stood up, and I see by chance, the human resource director is walking down the hallway, and he's looking in my office, and I can tell that he sees that I am definitely off. And he comes into the office and says, is everything okay? I said, his name's Amoroso. I said, I just got the call. I said, I'm going to have a little girl. And he said, oh, what the hell are you doing here? He said, get out of here. So I left. I shot home. I walk in the door. My wife is in front of the computer. We're trying to get flights. My wife, who is the most organized person in the world, has just paper all over the floor. And she can't process what she's trying to do on the computer, so I'm trying to help. And anyway, we are arranging flights. We're getting, in the age of text messages, we're getting a text message from our liaison in Indianapolis, and he texts through a picture of my daughter on the phone. And my wife just lost it. And you're trying to do it, you're hugging, you're crying, you're trying to type, and there's tears falling on the keyboard. And then we got a picture of the birth mother came through, because she wanted us to see her and vice versa. It was just incredible. We couldn't get out that night. So you can imagine what we're going through that evening, hoping that it's still going to go through, hoping that, in no time short, she will be in our arms. And we get a flight the next morning, 6 a.m., we got to go through Washington out to Indianapolis. That was the best we could do and how we'd arranged everything. So we get on the flight. We're at Logan. It's 4:30. We get on the flight. We hit We hit Washington. The minute we get into Washington, now it's 6:40, 6:45. It's not a long flight, even quicker. There's 7 voicemail messages. My wife is, again, she is white. She is thinking that maybe someone changed their mind. Something has happened. I don't even want to look at my wife after she tells me this. She starts listening, and the color all comes back. It was her sister. I can't believe this. This is the greatest thing in the world. What are we going to get her? What are you going to name her? What are we going to do? Should I pick you up? Should I bring something to the hospital? And these are all separate messages. So, we switch the flight. We're out to Indianapolis. We drove to the hospital. We get in the hospital. We walk in. That flight is just the most amazing thing in the world because you're thinking about all these wonderful things that are going to happen for the next X amount of years. We get into the hospital, we get met, we go upstairs, and folks, I got to tell you, if you haven't been through this or you don't have someone that's been through this, it's just the most amazing feeling in the world knowing you're going to walk in this room and your life is changing forever. Your life is changing as you walk into this room, and you pull this curtain back and there's a woman standing there. And I'll never forget this as long as I live. We walked in that room, and my wife and the birth mother completely embraced and just had this most incredible moment. And I'm standing there like an idiot because I got nothing going on. And I look down at this bassinet and this little baby who usually just kind of, you know the look, but she just happened to look up. And she looked up, back and at me, and it was just, I just have that vision in my head like it just happened an hour ago. It's the most incredible thing in the world. And we had this most incredible 3 hours with the birth mother. We had the most incredible 2-week stay in Indianapolis because for whatever, legal reasons you can't take her out of state. And we just had the most incredible time. And now she is the most gorgeous 3-year-old little girl who we've been back numerous times because my daughter does have a full sister. We've been back numerous times to be with her sister and be with their family, and it's just an incredible, incredible thing that I'm so thankful for and wanted to share it, and it was hopefully quick, and it was true, and I was on the road, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.